Hi, everyone. I'm Dr. Desiree Caruso, naturopathic doctor, and I am interviewing my friend and colleague, Brandi Garden, the co founder of Aversio Wellness and the author of Healing Your Body, Mind, and Soul. Today, we are diving into Chapter 1 Waking Up with Inflammation. Brandi, in Chapter 1 of Healing Your Body, Mind, and Soul, you said, if you don't make time for your wellness, you will be forced to make time for your illness. That statement is truly powerful. Can you share what that looked like in your own life?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it just well, for me, it meant learning the hard way. I ignored the whispers from my body for so many years, and that looked like fatigue and definitely inflammation. This chapter's all about that and stress until suddenly I was diagnosed with something. I was given that label psoriatic arthritis when I was 28, and I was just spending more time in doctors' offices and in pharmacies than actually living my life. And that was my wake up call, right? Wellness stopped being optional for me because it became the only way forward for me. If I didn't prioritize wellness, then illness was going to literally take over my calendar for good.
Yeah, you can have all of these different problems and things going on in our life, but when we don't have health, we only have one problem.
Yes.
Mhm. You also wrote that this book was created with the intention for people to experience the joy of healing.
Mm,
That's something that really resonated with me. And why is it that you think joy, not just relief or the absence of illness, is such
yeah.
an important part of healing for anybody?
Yeah, it's such a good question because I think so many of us often settle for better than before. Like I'm doing a little better than last week, so that's okay, but for me today joy is the ultimate marker of healing. You know that because we spend a lot of time together. Relief from pain is wonderful, but it's when laughter comes back easily. We both love to laugh, and when you feel light enough to play again. I'm 49 and I feel more playful now than I did when I was in my 30s for sure. And it's when you wake up excited about life. To me, that's when you know that healing has truly taken root and you're in it.
Measuring your level of joy in your life. That's
Yeah.
beautiful. In chapter 1, you talk about the moments where people, especially your dad, show up for you in
Mm.
your healing journey. And when I read that, there were tears brought to my eyes because it was so heartfelt and such a wholesome moment between you two. What did those experiences teach you about the role of love and support in healing?
Yeah, I just spent some lovely time with my dad on the weekend, so that feels close for me right now. And it's so true. Healing doesn't happen in isolation. It happens in community and it happens in love. And that can be friendship, that can be family, that can be a relationship with anyone. I had people show up for me in ways that just reminded me that I was worthy of care even when I didn't feel strong enough to care for myself. And to me, that's the kind of love that builds resilience. It helps you believe in your ability to heal when you're too tired or scared to even believe in yourself. So, nobody to me should be doing this alone. Healing isn't something that you can give your power away to be done by someone. But you definitely need to have community supporting you as you make the decision to go on that healing journey.
Mhm. You were diagnosed with psoriatic arthritis at just 28 years old. For anyone listening right now who's facing a scary diagnosis, no matter what that is, what do you think is the most important thing that you would want them to know?
Oh, just that diagnosis isn't the end of the story. It can be the beginning. It can be the beginning of your healing story. And when I heard the words psoriatic arthritis, it was like a life sentence for me. I just had this, vision of what my future could look like if I was willing to just accept that. But in hindsight, I think it was a wake up call for me. It
Mm.
gave me clarity. It gave me something I could change because I knew now what I was dealing with. So, to anyone out there facing that moment, I would say, stop, take a breath, and know that this is not your whole story. It's just your turning point. And if I
Mhm.
can heal, you can heal.
A gentle turning point, a gentle nudge in a
Yeah,
different direction.
absolutely.
One of the quotes you share quite often, and especially in chapter one, that really resonated with me within our community, is genes load the gun, but lifestyle pulls the trigger. For people who feel stuck because of their family history,
Yeah.
how can that truth actually feel empowering instead of scary for them?
Yeah, genetics is tough, right? We look at our grandparents, we look at our parents, and we think that's going to be me. But genetics aren't your destiny. Your lifestyle is your power, I promise you. We do. We inherit certain tendencies, but we also inherit the ability to choose how we live. So when I realized that every choice I made, and that was what I ate, that was how I slept, that was how I handled or didn't handle stress, that could either pull the trigger or keep me safe. And it shifted me from feeling powerless, completely empowered. So again, yeah, your genes aren't necessarily what have to be your future. You've got them. What are you going to do with them? It's those lifestyle choices that are going to be the big game changers for you.
Yeah, there's so much power in that. There's a line in chapter one that says, if you listen to your body when it whispers, you won't have to hear it scream.
Mhm.
How can someone actually start noticing those whispers in their own body before it's too late?
I love that. Your body's always speaking. Your body's always talking to you. Most of us just don't know how to slow down enough to hear it. So those whispers are things like, for me, it was the persistent fatigue. And I thought that was just because I had a stressful job like everybody else. But I think you know if you are feeling persistent fatigue that isn't normal for you. It could be recurring headaches. It could be that gut feeling that something is just off. And the best place to start is with awareness. So for me, it was journaling, it was slowing down, it was paying attention to different patterns. And the more we listen, the less our body needs to scream.
Mm.
And the minute you put awareness on the fact that you want to heal, you will notice things start to change for you. But you can't ignore those little whispers, or they will grow and compound and become something that can be physically seen in your body, not just heard in those little nudges.
That's so beautiful. And the exercises in the book, I think, are such a great testament to the chapter and to exactly what you just said, starting with journaling, starting with reflection.
Mhm.
Looking back, what is the one thing that you wish your younger self had understood about
Mm,
inflammation that you wish
mm.
every 20 or 30 something year old could hear right now?
Yeah. Whew. Inflammation. I mean, who knew? I don't even think I used the word before I was 28 years old. But if I could tell my younger self one thing, it would be not to normalize inflammation, right? I think I had sprained ankles playing sports and things, and you see your body inflame because it's trying to isolate that area to protect you so that you can heal. And that was the only way I knew about inflammation. But when it started to show up, not because of an injury, I normalized it. I just thought, oh, yeah, that's just something the body does. But don't brush it off as what's stress or I'm just getting older was a story I told myself, right? I'm just getting older. I'm not a teenager anymore. I'm not 21 and living that totally different culture than I was. So in your 20s and your 30s, you have the chance to build resilience that will carry you for decades. So don't waste that opportunity if that is you. The earlier you start listening to your body and supporting your body, the more vibrant your future can be. And I wish I had started earlier, but I'm so grateful that I started when I did because I feel like I'm not halfway yet. And I have the
Mhm.
rest of my life to enjoy recognizing that inflammation is not normal. And when you listen to it, you can do something about it, and the quality of your life is going to get better and better and better.
Wow, powerful. At the heart of chapter one, what is the single message that you want people to carry with them about
Mm.
waking up with inflammation and waking up to their healing?
Yeah, I think chapter one it's really about realizing that inflammation is the wake up call. It's not a punishment. Right? It's not a life sentence for you. It doesn't have to be thought of as something negative or depleting. It is just your body's way of asking you to pay attention and to start participating in your own healing. And that's the invitation I want people to carry with them. You're not broken. You're just being called to rise. It's an opportunity.
Hmm. Brandi Garden, this chapter really shows us how inflammation can be a wake up call and not a life sentence. Next time, everyone will see us talking about chapter 2, which is
Mm.
finding a pill for your ill. Brandi, is it fair to say that this is where things get a little shocking?
Yeah, let's just say the pills did not fix the problem, so
Mm,
things might get worse before they get better.
you don't want to miss it. Be well, everyone.
Be well.